Did you ever imagine yourselves ever working at a hospice at all? Like, what was the initiative that brought you to work at a little hospice?
Not working. No, I started off after I retired from the police, and I didn't do much, if anything, for a year or so.
Yeah.
But then I had a friend, Paul, who manages the furniture warehouse, and he basically bullied me. I can't really describe it any better than that. It wasn't anything constructive about volunteering once a week to sell furniture for the hospice. But when I did it, I had no intention of visiting the hospice and no intention of doing anything more than like a morning a week. And I kind of did that for quite a long time, really. But during that, I still had no idea that I would ever work at the hospice, and never even went to the place. So I think Bob's experience about getting to know about the hospice is different, isn't it, really?
Well, regarding imagining things, I was advised to stop imagining things a few years ago by my doctor. So I never imagined going to the hospice.
No.
So what was that point between the threshold of the both of them, where you were and you weren't? What were you
it was
thinking?
money for you, wasn't it? It was the prime motivation.
Yeah. I woke up one morning and I had this terrible sense of greed. I thought, the world's resources, and I'm not getting enough of them. No, all that happened was I saw an advert. The hospice put an advert out in the paper, and I actually saw it in the paper. And the only reason that my eyes were drawn to it was the fact it was like St Mary's logo, and because I was volunteering, I thought, oh, what's that? And it was this job.
You can't actually read, can you?
No, I
It's
can
the
do
that drew your
pictures.
attention.
West Cumbrian pictorial representation is very similar to Egyptian hieroglyphs.
Don't worry about
So I saw this advert, and it was a job to raise awareness locally about the importance of making a will. And the kind of the younger you are, the less relevant that seems, and the older you are, it just become an issue. And so making a will, because a large percentage of the money that goes towards funding the hospice comes from gifts from people who have died. So I applied for the job. Very strangely, they gave it to me after an interview. And actually, when the lady rang up, Emma, our former boss, and she says, "Hi Geoff, we'd like to offer you the job." And there was a pause on the phone, and I said, "Are you serious?" Because I didn't think anybody would offer me a job. And she said, "Yeah, we'd like you to come work here." So that's when I went. But once you get there and start to learn about what the hospice does, because it's about looking after people when they're dying, that's like going like that, and then there's a huge jump in awareness and education about the reality of it and the people involved. Yeah.
Do you want my answer to be as brief as that?
Go ahead, speak your mind.
I'm
I'm going to time you. I'll time you if you mean like that.
We'll wave your finger at me just because you've been there a week longer than me or whatever it is. I was too drawn to the advert, which is actually a good sign for the advert. Strangely drawn to it, and I think it was because it was in the situations vacant page, and I needed a job. But the one thing that seriously that did draw me to it, as opposed to other job adverts, was the fact that you're working for a hospice and for something that's certainly an organisation that's touched my life, my family in the past. So not only was it a job, but actually it seemed more like perhaps a vocational occupation, a bit like the job we had been in. Both Geoff and I were in a job that was very much more a vocation than just and a profession rather than just a job. So that appealed to me, and really it's been non-stop since, and it's just been a roll. It's not easy because everyone is good.
They're all like his children.
But
He loves them all in a slightly different way.
I suppose the favourite event I did was last year's Beer, Band and Barbecue event we had at the Sports Club at Ulverston, and we're having another one on June the 10th this year. But that was an event where we got together with the group that I'm in, who played that night as the band, and we had...
You're allowed to plug them, you're allowed to say who they are.
The Flying Cascara Brothers, and we had Ulverston Brewing Company sponsored the event, donated a barrel of beer, and Satisfaction Caterers provided the barbecue, and we raised over £1,000. That was a really good night and good fun at the same time. But I would ask people to do it. St Mary's Hospice is a charity. It requires 80% of its funding through fundraising and the work of volunteers, and we need people desperately to keep the service going to serve generations to come. So that's the reason to get involved with St Mary's. Over 70 pence of the money out of every pound you donate goes towards clinical services, which is it's a really high ratio for charity. And people can rest assured when they look at that building, they look at the service it provides and the lives that are touched by it, that they're getting a premium service. So that's why I would say get involved.
If you want to know more about St Mary's, please get in touch. You can contact us via Facebook, you can contact us via Twitter, you can contact us via email. You can contact us by just coming to the hospice and coming to the Orangery and having a cup of tea and asking to speak to somebody. We'd love you to come and visit us. We would love you to contact us in any way. We love our supporters and we want more. Don't